Okay, so I can't believe I'm doing this. So I'm under my, I call it my security blanket because it's my blanket. And this is one of those I can't be a fake bitch video. So it's like, it's one of those videos where I'm scared, stressed, my hair is not done, my eyebrows aren't done, and I am being as real as possible. And my spirits were like, you have to record this. And I was like, come on. And they're like, look, there's so much things that people don't know what's real anymore. So you being polished all the time helps no one. Okay, so I'm saying this, there's going to be a lot of different things in this video. And everybody's like, what's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? I just realized that I'm allowed to cry. I'm allowed to get out the fact that I'm scared, I'm tired, I'm stressed, and the main thing for me is if I can do it, you could do it too. So if you're sitting there crying with me, I'm like, yeah, we're here together. And this is not gender specific. Men are allowed to cry. You are allowed to cry. I tell my men that all the time. You're allowed to cry. Just know that while I'm holding you crying, whoever did it is gonna get it. Unless my spirits say that I can't. And I've had that experience a couple of times. I use humor. As you could tell, I use humor to kind of deflect and stuff. Oh, I look terrible. I got stuff in my eyes. What is that? Okay. So, yeah. So this, like I said, I will never be a fake bitch. I'm from New York. We can't be fake bitches. We gotta be real. You gotta keep it 100, and I did, as everyone should know by now, I have a son that's on the spectrum. It's Dylan. Dylan's kick-ass. And I did the self-directed session today because I feel I should be the one who chooses who takes care of my kid. Because I have been working with different agencies for Dylan since he was 3. I think it was 3. And I didn't play. I was his advocate. I still am. I'm like, no, you're not doing what I need done. You're out. You understand? I need someone new. And I would have to go through the agency. So this one was teaching us what it is and what it entails for you to take it on. You take care of the budget, you take care of everything. And it was overwhelming. I'm going to cry. So, warning, trigger. It was overwhelming to see what I have to do. And I freaked out. And I was just like, oh God, what the fuck, and anyone who has a kid on a spectrum or has some type of necessity, they need extra, they need more. They don't have special needs, they just need more. They need more attention, they need more patience, they need more understanding. Like when Dylan grabs me at times, I know the difference between I need your help. I cannot regulate this. And where's my snack? I know the difference now. And I'm going to teach you guys the difference as well. Once I get over this hump, I just got to it's very difficult to teach and learn it at the same time. You'll see me teach it when I've learned it and I can level out. Does that make sense? So those videos are coming on autism and blah, 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 and open door and OPWDD and all that other stuff, because it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. And it's a lot to navigate by yourself. It's a lot. It's a lot to navigate by yourself, and you're the only adult in the house, and you're the only parent, and it's a lot. So if you're going through it, I'm with you. It's a lot. Send me a message if you have any questions. I really don't know a lot, but I just got him approved for Medicaid and stuff. And it's just a lot because I'm still building my own shit, and today I had to realize this is not my life. I'm organizing Dylan's life just like I did Matthew, just like I did Jaden. I'm organizing his life and I'm setting up the pieces in his life so he at least has the tools and people in his life that he can function, whether he decides to do whatever or not. He can function and he can actually have a good life. That's what we're doing. That's not my life. I'm still going to travel. I'm still going to be in love. I'm still going to do different things. I'm still going to do different things, And it's just, it gets scary sometimes because you're just like, oh my God, this is what I talk about being a caregiver. You don't understand what caregivers go through. We have to put our lives on hold. We have to put things aside. We have to wait on certain things that we really wanted to make sure that you're okay. And it's like, when you're not nice to us, when you ignore us, when you're mean, it hurts twice as much because you feel stupid on top of the sacrifices that you're making. And this is not just caregivers for people who are taking care of people who are sick. This is caregivers to parents who are taking care of children who are taking care of their siblings. Like, my boys each took care of each other. That's why I have them so far apart. What am I crazy? I give my hat off to the people who have babies back to back. No, mine are spread out between 5 years and 8 or 7, one of the two. I think it's 8. I spread them out so they can help me take care of each. It takes a village, so they can help me take care of them. And it's like, I always did my damnedest to make sure that whichever older sibling was either being compensated with encouragement, money, things, whatever you need, I got you. Taking care of your brother is your soul's responsibility, but it's ultimately your parents' responsibility. And the fact that you're covering for an absentee parent, you need to be paid for it. You need to be paid for it in some way, somehow, something, because there's supposed to be 2 of us. There's supposed to be 2 parents. There's not supposed to be 1 parent. There's supposed to be 2. And if there's not 2, and the kids have to pitch in to help and make sure that the other ones and themselves are good, they have to be compensated for it. They do. I shout out to especially Matthew, because Matthew's taking care of 2 of them, and Jaden, because Jaden's taking care of Dylan, and Dylan needs more. He needs more than Jaden did. Jaden just needed supervision because he was like sawing batteries in half, and he's the quantum mechanic. He told me at 2 years old, he told me at 2 years old he wanted to be a quantum mechanic. I was just like, oh my God, what the hell is that? So I had to start. This is probably why I know this stuff now, because I was like, oh shit, I have to be able to communicate with this kid. So I had to learn what quantum mechanics was. I still don't understand though, but quantum physics is starting to make sense and stuff like that. But anyway, like I said, I use humor to center myself and stuff. I'm sorry if I triggered anybody. And I heard somebody say, don't be sorry. But I don't want to come on here and, this is not for show. Like, this is not for show, because if you could see my mannerisms and my body language, this is not comfortable. And this is not for the gram. This is not comfortable. This is not, I'm wrapped in my security blanket. This is not comfortable at fucking all. But it's necessary. It's not comfortable, but it's necessary. And it's going to be crazy when this thing gets chopped up, because I'm curious to see what the hell it's going to look like. But it's necessary. You need to know the same way I needed to know there's people going through this shit. Like, there's people going through this shit, and it's not pretty. There are days that I cry. There are days that I laugh so much. There are days that are so happy. There are days that everything clicks. And then there are days where it feels like you are drained beyond anything that you can take. Like, everybody's sucking the life out of you. But this time, the people who are doing it, they're supposed to be doing it. Does that make sense? It's like my old season, there was a bunch of people pulling on me that had no business pulling on me. But the people now, they pull on me. My body starts hurting. You know, I start getting like scared and shit because there's flashes in my room and the spirit's trying to alert me to something. And I got to text someone and say some cryptic shit. You understand? And it's like, it's the like, get back in the house. Something's wrong. Do not go anywhere. It's like, if you have a friend that fucking calls you and tells you, do not leave your house, bitch, don't leave your house. You understand? Because they're picking up on something, or they're being told something that you're ignoring. And they're more sensitive than you are. So they can hear it and they can feel it and they can they can muscle task and ask questions. What the fuck? You understand? So you need to listen to those people. Don't be like, oh my God, she's so weird. Bitch, you better listen. You better listen. But yeah, I call these sessions, it's funny because, I got a name for everything. I call these sessions crying sessions. I do. I call them crying sessions. I've been doing this for a while. And it started the first dark night of the soul because I grew up, even though I was a female, that sounds crazy. Even though I am a female, even though I am a female, and I grew up masculine. Like I said in other videos, I grew up masculine. I wasn't allowed to cry. It behooves me when I watch females cry, when I watch other women cry and nobody stops them. It makes me go, holy shit, wait, so that was wrong? Because I remember I had something that I thought was a stroke and I was terrified. My dad and my sister walked into my hospital room and I started crying. And my dad was like, stop crying. And I automatically stopped. That was the day I realized, oh, bitch, that's a problem. I was like, oh, that's a problem. I was like, oh, that's a problem. And I was just like, you're not allowed. And I sat there when I reflected on it, because I'm fine. But when I reflected on it, I realized I don't allow myself the same grace I give to others. I don't allow myself to fall apart and not be okay. And that's not okay. You understand? I'm not saying that you in the middle of the street and you just lose your shit and you go crazy. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about it's coming from all sides. It's coming from every direction. It's coming from people you never thought it would come from. It's coming at a rapid pace that you feel like you are underwater and you are just breathing in water and you are drowning. Those are the days that I'm talking about. Those are the days that I'm just like, you need to sit down and just talk. You'd be like, oh, Keisha, there's nobody in the room. Even better. Just talk, listen. Talk, listen. And then if you're like me, which a lot of you who watch me are, you're going to start channeling. You're going to start talking, and your spirits are going to start talking through you. Don't stifle yourself. Don't let it out. You understand? It would be ideal if you do this by yourself. don't do this in front of others because it's going to make them uncomfortable and it's going to make you uncomfortable. This isn't a group. This isn't a group activity. Crying sessions are something that I do in my temple, in my room, by myself, with my spirit squad, with my SGS squad. And there are times that I will sit on my bed and I'll be tight and bottled up, right? Like I just was a couple of hours ago. And all I would hear in my mind's ear, or why are you sad? And then I just start telling them what's wrong. And I start telling them why I'm sad. And it just starts to spill out because it's a safe space. People keep like, oh, I keep looking for a safe space. You have to first be your own safe space before you can be anyone else's. I learned that. I can't allow someone to cry and get it out if I don't allow myself to cry and get it out. Because when I first started counseling people, which was like infancy, but when I first started to really focus on counseling people, like I'm a counselor, I'm a person who helps people. I realized I never let people finish. I already had the solution before they even got out what they were feeling. And I'm learning now, you have to get out what you're feeling first, and then you can process it. Does that make sense? Hence, crying sessions. So you're crying and you get it out. The tears spill out. All the stress spills out. And it's so crazy. It is crazy how the color comes out of your face and your skin when you're crying. It is insane what happens to your face when you're crying. But I don't want you to think of any of that because there's no one here to judge you. If you're judging yourself, that's the first thing you need to stop, because that's not good. So, and you know how I know? Because I've done it. And even today, I was in the middle of listening to the self-directed session, and they gave you so much information at one time. My brain, heart, and body just got overloaded. And I started crying, and I was like, I can't do this shit. And then later on during the crying session, I thought of that again. And I heard myself say to myself, Dylan, okay, I'm gonna cry. Dylan chose you for a reason. Everybody chooses who they come in with. Everyone chooses their team. I need you to get that. Dylan chose me for a reason. Matthew chose me for a reason. Jaden chose me for a reason. Your kids, they chose you for a reason. Even when you're a bad parent. Even when I chose my parents. And honestly, I feel like I chose I can't sit still. Honestly, I chose my parents because I needed to know what it was like to have parents that I had, so I can break whatever needs to be broken. Yeah, you understand? And I could learn what it's like to not feel loved, to not feel like taken care of, to not feel like, because the part that kept getting to me and kept hitting me hard in my chest, there's something called the circle of support. It's called COS. And they kept talking about the circle of support. I can't even under my blanket. It's called the circle of support. And I just kept going. I don't have a support system. The kids have no grandparents. They have no like aunts and uncles. We don't have a village. You understand? But I will fucking defend this village that we do have with my entire chest and my entire life. So don't think that you can come for me and my children. But anyway, we don't. And I was sitting there and I was like, oh my God, I don't. And I started freaking out. And then that still small voice, I heard, no, we're not talking about your support. We're talking about Dylan's support. So the person who's like, oh my God, I don't have a support system, they have you. You understand? They have you. Your kids chose you for a reason. They chose you to be their advocate. They chose you to be the person that stands in the gap for them. All these church intercessors and all that other stuff, you are your child's intercessor, and it does not stop when they get grown. It doesn't. It doesn't stop when they get grown. And because I have a 27-year-old, it doesn't stop when they get grown, because I still will defend his castle with my whole empire. Do you understand? But Dylan chose me for a reason. Yeah, and I could have made a lot of different choices. I could have stayed. I could have allowed. I could have did a lot of things, but I chose to do this. And the funny thing is, and I'm probably going to say this and get off, most of my most triumphant, I have a problem with that word, most of my most successful endeavors in my life that I look back on and I go, fuck, we did that shit. I always cried before it happened. I always cried before it started. It's like, I guess I'm that high empress that right before she goes to war, she just cries her fucking eyes out. And then she's like, all right, bitch, let's go. Because I cry. I do cry. And then I get up and I kick its ass. I do 100% every fucking time. I get up and I kick its ass because I know I can. It's just, I am still learning. It's okay to be scared. It's okay to say you're scared. It's okay to cry. It's okay to be like, I'm overwhelmed. It is okay. And I am like that. I must love y'all. I am like this at my most realest moment. And I am allowing you to see it because I can't be a fake bitch. I can't just be on there, glasses, clothes, and jewelry, and hair done. And no, because then that's only part of my life. Don't get it twisted. I am hair and makeup. I am hair, makeup, and beautiful, and all this other stuff. But I'm beautiful like this. I'm beautiful being real, being like I'm not going to always be perfect, but I'm definitely going to be real all the time. I may not be perfect, but I really are. I am a real girl, I hope this helped. I hope my tears allowed someone else the liberty of shedding their own, because it's rough. This game, yo, I swear to God, I think I'm playing on the hard level. I swear to God, I think this is the hard level. But we're gonna kick its ass. And I'm gonna do really great at self-direction because I already own businesses. So that is really good. I'm going to do my best to try to learn as much as I can so I can teach it to you guys, because not everybody is an executive assistant or an executive service professional. Not everyone speaks English as their first language. And these services and stuff is difficult to get. It took a year for him to get Medicaid, and it's just like, and then Medicaid, my insurance doesn't cover, because I have insurance. My insurance doesn't cover a lot of this stuff. So I don't know if I'm going to build a community, because I feel like communities, when it reaches over 10 people, it's very hard to manage. And I don't want cliques within my community. So I don't think I'll be starting like a group. I would love to start a group that would go out into the community, and our group stays small. I don't like big groups. Big groups, it's hard to control. I'm an Aries rising. Of course I got to control. With a Capricorn moon, come on. But anyway, I love you guys. Thanks for sitting and watching this, especially if you watch the full-length video and not the clips. Thank you for watching this. If you have any advice, if you have any, if you've gone through this, if you navigated through this, please make videos and just tag me in it. Tag me in it, and then I'll share it. I will subscribe to your channel. If you actually, I don't subscribe to a lot of channels because a lot of the channels I can't have it like clutter my timeline if it's not real content, you know. So a lot of the people not to, and honestly, if you would take a lot of stuff off your subscriber list, you might get more messages from spirit. Sorry. But anywho, I love you guys. Like I said, make me videos, tag in it. Let me know your experience with it. So we can help each other. All right. Stay up, stay blessed. Deuces, and I'm out.